FSN Radio. It's all about what's next. Go to financialsurvivalnetwork.com and sign up for your free weekly newsletter. You'll also get 3 free reports. The Financial Survival Network. It's all about what's next.
Welcome. You are listening to the Financial Survival Network. I'm Kerry Lutz, and today is November 19th, 2018. Well, as we rapidly come to the end of the year, perhaps you're thinking of starting a new business. Perhaps you're considering expanding an existing business. Well, you know, in today's world, without credit, it's extremely difficult to accomplish this. Without some kind of capital infusion, expanding your business can be extremely difficult, if not impossible. Hey, and first, as always, be a part of the show. Send us your emails to kl@kerrylutz.com. So as someone who's an expert, he's a financial advisor and an expert in business credit, Bruce Mack. Bruce, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much, Kerry. It's a real pleasure to be here with you today.
Hey, so you're looking to expand your business, bank credit, even with the loosening of limitations and such, very difficult to accomplish at times. What do you do?
Great question. We have several different solutions for people, whether they're credit challenged or whether they've got good credit. We actually have programs designed to be able to get cash infusions for both spectrums of that equation. One of those is our revolving lines of credit, which for new business startups or existing businesses features a 0% APR for people. Again, that's 0% APR. And that's 0% APR for up to 21 months on that particular program on the revolving lines of credit. Then secondly, we have a program which is a term loan program. Then the term loans start at 4.9%. You go up DOC, depending upon credit. Those loans go up to $50,000. And those are fantastic. Those are very quick approvals that can happen within 30 seconds with 11 simple questions that are easily answerable on our platform. And those questions and the ability to get up to 25 offers come with a soft pull, not a hard inquiry. So it's really a cool platform, Kerry, because people get 25 what I call bites at the apple with only one soft inquiry, which is pretty cool. And then the third way to get funding that we have is through self-directed IRAs and or 401ks that are of a different kind of a twist, not your traditional one, but what we call our BDRA, which stands for Business Directed Retirement Account, where, unlike a traditional self-directed account, which is highly restrictive, that can only be used for certain types of transactions like real estate, so on and so forth, in a business-directed retirement account referendum, the funds can be used for any business purpose whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So what type of credit score do you need to get this? I assume they're going to be relying on your personal credit score. Obviously, not for the self-directed IRA or 401k, because there you're funding yourself effectively.
Exactly. The credit scores for the programs that we were talking about, both the revolving lines of credit and the term loan program, starting off with the term loan program, the lowest credit score that we can work with would be somebody who has a 580 or above, which is what a really, really low score. So people who have what I would call dinged up credit or some challenges, and I used to own a licensed and bonded credit repair company, and I can tell you that this is the lowest that I've ever seen, where you can get onto in a lending a platform or a lending opportunity and still get funding. And then there's other scenarios for clients who have dinged up credit. We do have solutions to help them with their credit and or such as adding authorized users to their credit before we put them through, and or working with them. We have an attorney that works with us that has been magical in removing derogatories in an extremely short period of time. So there's a lot of triage that can be done and different types of things that can be done to increase the credit of the individual before we put them through so that we can get the maximum. Thirdly, there is another program that we have, which is a corporate credit program. And the corporate credit program, where we have a guarantee to get people a minimum of $50,000 worth of corporate credit, frankly, because that's where we're using their EIN as opposed to their SSN, their employer identification number, where we're using an EIN. We actually can put people into that program even when they are in serious FICO purgatory. I've even gotten people the $50,000 guarantee when they're in the middle of a bankruptcy, because your business life and your EIN life really has nothing to do with your SSN or your Social Security life and what's going on with that. So again, it's another outlet, another resource, and another way to access great amounts of credit to give you the funding or give the client the funding for their startup business and or transfuse their existing business and to carry it forward.
Interesting. So really, it doesn't matter what's happened to your credit, you can still pull this thing off, huh?
Yes, we've got a solution for credit for the credit people who've got high FICOs, not so great FICOs, and either non-existent FICOs, because there are those too. There are people that just have never gotten any credit, and or people that are seriously credit challenged. We definitely have a solution for them.
Really? So I'm sure you've worked with a lot of people. Give us a couple examples. Tell us a couple of stories. People who were literally totally uncreditworthy managed to turn it all around using your service.
FSN Radio. It's all about what's next.
Egypt is on the verge, once again, becoming a world-renowned gold producer. The golden age is being rediscovered. For millennia, ancient Egyptian kingdoms prospered from unparalleled riches. Pharaohs built their empires and flaunted their abundant wealth that was made possible by the country's resource-rich gold deposits. Despite this rich history, modern Egypt remains one of the most underdeveloped gold mining countries in the world. Aton Resources is at the center of the modern Egyptian mining world, diligently working both as the only public exploration company in Egypt today and as the advocate for mining reform with the Egyptian government. However, those that arrive early like Aton will reap the best rewards. Aton's discovery of the legendary Lost Mountain of Gold at Rodruin and its current aggressive drilling program there could potentially reap those rewards. Aton Resources is focused on its 100% owned Abu Marawat concession in the Arabian-Nubian Shield, located 200 kilometers north of Centamin Sakari's world-class gold mine. Aton possesses first-mover advantage in the underfollowed jurisdiction of Egypt, which is currently undergoing mining reform. To stay on top of Aton's latest drill results and news, go to atonresources.com. Aton trades on the TSX-V under the ticker AAN and on the OTC under the ticker ANLBF.
The Financial Survival Network. It's all about what's next.
Okay. Well, I can think of a client that we worked with a couple of weeks ago on our team. That person had a low 600 score. Now, turns out that the reason that they had a low 600 score was twofold. They had too many inquiries because they'd been trying to get credit and not having been successful. And they also had high utilization. Now, the credit inquiries we were able to mitigate because we turned those over to our attorney, and within a couple weeks period of time, we were able to get those removed. And as far as the bigger problem was that was really suppressing their score was due to high utilization. Let me explore what I mean by high utilization. Let's just say you have a $10,000 credit card. When I say a $10,000 credit card, I'm saying that is your credit limit. And let's just say that currently you have 70% of the credit used up against that limit, or your balance is $7,000. The utilization on that card would be at 70%. Well, to get the best possible results on our revolving lines of credit program, which is that 0% APR for up to 21 months, we need to have all of your credit lines that are either credit cards or store cards that are issued at 30% utilization or less. Now, that's what FICO, and that's how FICO rewards you with the highest credit limit. Right. We actually have a funding department that can pay people's credit or credit limits down to get them into conformity. But the point is, when we were able to get that person's high utilization, it was in the 60, 70, 80, and in one case, I remember over 90% on one of their cards. And we were able to get those limits paid down to the 30%. Their credit that was in the low 600s actually went over 750. Really? You can imagine what that did for the approvals when they came in.
That's amazing. Really amazing. So it can be done, huh? Just a question of where there's a will, there's a way, huh?
It's strictly a question of taking each and every client as a separate, unique entity, taking a look at exactly what their particulars are, because no two credit reports are alike. They're like fingerprints. They're always different. And taking a look at the length of credit, which is a factor, which we can also increase by having authorized users added. So we have solutions there as well. Taking a look at their utilization ratios, taking a look at their derogatories or lack thereof, and piecing the puzzle together to come up with the best possible presentation. So when we go to obtain the credit for and with the client, that we're going to get the highest and best desired results.
Right. Well, it sounds pretty amazing there. And I guess you've done it for a lot of people?
We have done it for countless tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars worth of funding. I will tell you that our average funding on our revolving lines of credit program is $75,000 to $80,000, as much as $150,000 on first round. So we can perform, like I said, like dancing bears, as long as we have the ability to sit and do a consult with an individual. Everything that we do, by the way, is over the phone, so they don't need to come into the office. But as long as there's a will, we do everything that we can to explore all the different ways to get to the bottom line, which is to get the funding that's needed to catapult the business.
All right. Well, it sounds really interesting. Hey, we've got to go now. Just tell us, Bruce, where do we find you? How do we connect with you?
Oh, fantastic. Well, the easiest way to catch up with us or to contact me directly would be at Bruce. My email is bruce@platinum, PLATINUM, financing, FINANCING, group, GROUP.com. And if you would, please reference that in the subject line that Carrie, so that we know that where you came from. Again, that's Bruce@platinumfinancing.com, and or I have no problem, Carrie, giving people a direct phone number as well. May I?
Sure, of course.
Okay. The direct phone number would be 702 area code 371-2333. 2345. Again, that's 702-371-2345.
Excellent. Hey, and we'll have a link in the site to your website. Really appreciate you coming on, Bruce. Again, questions, comments, just email us, kl@kerrylutz.com. Bruce, we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure, and thank you for having me.
FSN Radio. It's all about what's next. Go to financialsurvivalnetwork.com and sign up for your free weekly newsletter. You'll also get 3 free reports. The Financial Survival Network. It's all about what's next.